Yo everybody, it's Anime James here giving you another Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Okay, so as you can see here, as much as I am very grateful that I am finally fighting someone who doesn't use Ubers or Legendaries, I am actually going to be fighting someone who's using sort of a kind of a PU and UU team, while I am also kind of using a somewhere between like a PU and UU team. On my team, I have the Lumineon, the Glade, the Bibarel, the Wobbuffet, the Entei, and the Chatot. And my opponent has a Mimikyu, a Vikavolt, an Alolan Golem, a Milotic, a Lucario, and an Alolan Raticate. So, yeah, let's get into this battle right now. Okay, so as me and my opponent starts off, I decide to start off with my Lumineon, just to nip it in the butt, just to set up the Tailwind, and my opponent's going to send out the Mimikyu. Sorry, it's just my dog is over here and he's trying to knock over my tablet. So I set up the Tailwind. My opponent's going to use the Play Rough, taking out a huge bunch of my Lumineon's HP. I'm going to store a little bit with the leftovers, and I'm going to go ahead and eliminate this Mimikyu's disguise ability by going for the U-turn and swapping out to my next Pokemon. So now that the Tailwind's up, I'm going to send out my next Pokemon to annihilate this Mimikyu, and I decided to send out my Entei because before I sent this up to Pokemon Sun and Moon, I taught it Iron Head. Unfortunately, though, I do not have the special event Entei. Anyone remember back when 5th Gen was coming, and they had the shiny legendary trio from Johto with all new moves. But anyway, I go ahead, I use the Iron Head. Luckily the Mimikyu flinches, and I get the second Iron Head off. And so now my opponent's going to send out the Milotic, and that's going to be a big problem because, you know, my Entei is a fire type. So I decide to swap out to my Wobbuffet, and I am very excited to use my Wobbuffet because I just freaking love Wobbuffet. Not because of the anime, but I just really love it for some reason because it was my first egg Pokemon. But guess what? It uses the Ice Beam, and my Wobbuffet gets frickin' frozen. Now it's gonna pop my Citrus Berry, but it's not really gonna matter because this whole time my Wobbuffet shows up, it is frozen solid, and I'm just sitting here trying to spam the Mirror Coat, hoping that my Wobbuffet gets thawed out. Unfortunately, it does not, and I'm very sad about that because I really wanted to use my Wobbuffet in this battle, so it's just going to be a spam of Ice Beam, and I'm just going to keep clicking Mirror Coat while nothing is happening. Ah, dang it, dog. Dang it, dog! Quit messing around with things. And you know, for this turn, I'm just really sad because I didn't get to use Wobbuffet. I'm sorry, Wobbuffet. I'm sorry for the freeze hacks. So now I decided to send out my Lumineon so I could set up another Tailwind for my Bibarel. So it's going to go up for the Ice Beam, and I'm hoping it doesn't get another freeze hacks. Luckily it doesn't, so that gives me the chance to use the Tailwind to set up for my Bibarel, my peanut butter. Yes, I did name it Peanut Butter after Rusty's Bibarel from the Rusty series. I just really love it. I named it Peanut Butter because, to be honest, in this generation, Bibarel is kind of OP because it gets frickin' Swords Dance, and because one of its abilities is simple, it's gonna be kind of a problem. So it's gonna go for the Disarming Voice. I'm gonna go for the Swords Dance, drastically boosting my my physical attack. And now my opponent's gonna go for another disarming voice. Not sure why but I don't know. Now I'm gonna go up for the stab return, completely annihilating this Milotic while gaining some damage from recoil of the Rocky Helmet. It was also revealed that it has Rocky Helmet after that U-turn. So now my opponent's gonna send out the Vikavolt, and knowing how slow this thing is, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Waterfall, and it completely annihilates this Vikavolt. So Peanut Butter is God. Is freaking Arceus in this universe. So now my opponent's going to send out the Lucario, and knowing that I won't be able to outspeed this thing, I just go for the Aqua Jet to get the chip damage off. And that's a lot more than just chip damage. Now my opponent's going to use the Aura Sphere, and now my Peanut Butter is going to go down. Looks like we found something that could take out Peanut Butter. So now I decide to send out my Chatot. Gonna go for the Heat Wave, and it's actually revealed that this Pokemon is sporting the what berry is it called? But anyway, it hits, and that destroys the Lucario, even though it just ate the Aka Berry. And now my opponent is going to send out the Alolan Golem, and I'm pretty sure that a Hidden Power Grass isn't gonna defeat this Golem, so I decided to swap back out to my Entei, and if I'm gonna have to sack my Entei, then that's fine. It's gonna go for the Thunder Punch. That's not really gonna do much. I'm gonna go for an Iron Head. I'm hoping that it'll flinch, but it does not, and it goes for the Stone Edge, and it actually hits. So down goes my Entei, and now I decided to send out the One Punch Gallade, my Saitama. Now, you may be wondering why I named it Saitama after the main character from One Punch Man. Well, it's just that when it Mega Evolves, the cape intro that it does, it just reminds me of Saitama for some reason. I mean, just look at that cape intro. It's just freaking awesome. So I decided to go for a Swords Dance, double boosting my attack stat. My opponent's going to go for a Thunder Punch. That's going to take down half of Saitama's HP. And so I go for a Drain Punch, completely regaining some of that HP. And now my opponent's going to be down to one last Pokemon. That's going to be the Alolan Raticate. So I'm going to restore some HP thanks to the Drain Punch to the One Punch. And down goes the Alolan Golem. Out comes the Alolan Raticate. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go for the Supersonic Airstrike. So I decided to sack off my Lumineon so I could send in my Chatot to do the Supersonic Airstrike. Down goes my Lumineon, and I'm going to send out my Chatot to go for the Z move. And unfortunately that does not take out the Alolan Raticate, and now my opponent's going to get the crunch off me, and that's going to completely destroy my Chatot. So now I'm going to send back out Saitama so we could use the One Punch. Alright guys, so that is it for today's Wi-Fi battle. I really hope you all enjoyed that, and if you did, make sure you leave a like, and if you want to support my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, mega punch that subscribe button, and if you want to send some feedback on my last battle, then make sure to comment down there and give me all the nice comments, or give me the hate comments if you're a hater. But anyway, I'll see you all next time. Later.